We're Icon of Coil, and you're listening and watching Resistance. Resist.
Hi guys, we're here at Resistance 2012 with Icon of Coil, and it's nice to see all the band. They said the last time I caught you guys in Europe, in the UK, you weren't all full lineup because I think you've forgotten your passport, Christian.
It's true.
Andy apologising on stage through your phone.
Yeah, we called him.
He made, I don't know, 10,000 people, or was it 600 or 60?
60 people sound like 10,000.
Alright, he made them all quiet.
And it's the first time for an Icon of Coil gig in the UK for quite some time. And was it the pull of Resistance that brought you in? Why did you decide to come back as Icon of Coil to the UK?
We did some Australian shows. We had an offer. We wanted to go. We'd never been there with Icon of Coil, so we wanted to go. We started kind of get in touch with each other again for a while ago, and
talking to the spirits in Australia.
yeah. And we just got the chemistry. You know, we got the right chemistry, and just decided we want to do more stuff. And like it's the same reason why we quit doing it, because we felt we didn't have that chemistry anymore. And you know, Icon of Coil was always about just actually having fun, and it was never a business side of it or anything. So it was, when the chemistry was gone, we kind of put it on the shelf, and then we got it back again, and then, you know, we decided to kind of start up again.
I remember a show a while back, I caught you guys out in London, and I think I was sneaking around backstage trying to nick beers off people's riders, and I walked into the dressing room
like everybody else.
and had a few beers off people. Like, apart from the usual beers and that sort of, is there anything you kind of sneak into your rider just to check the promoters like you're paying attention? Do you know, dressing?
No, we have a list. People like you.
No catch!
I'm gonna get back at you at some point, I don't know.
Because when we don't have a rider, when you do, we gonna get yours. No, the midget strippers never show up. Never, not once.
It must be in demand though, you know, for a lot of guys who need midget strippers. Like, you know,
We always gotta seek them out after the gig.
So,
You have anyone in Sheffield?
well, we can look around for you, you know, it might take some time to fix it, but I'll call my man, I'll see what happens, yeah.
okay, so Scandi, Andy's got solo projects like Scandi, but is Icon of Coil very much more of a band type feel, where you all contribute more?
This time around for sure. Yeah.
This time around for sure, yeah.
That's the whole idea. Like everybody's just.
It was really weird too, because it kind of was a natural thing what happened in the past, and I think it's the same thing now. Like I started it. Seb had way more experience than I had with electronica at the time, and so he kind of took over the production part of it. And then Christian wasn't that much of a part of it in the studio, but it's like more of an input thing. And now all three of us have a lot more experience production and writing and everything. So it's just natural for all of us to, you know, to be a part of the writing and production and everything at this point, because we have three completely different styles and sounds in our own stuff, so it'll be interesting to see how that all comes together in the writing process and stuff on new material.
You've said in the past as well that you take influence for your music from pretty much everything: films, books, what's happening in the news, the weather even. Does that still continue to be the case?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's like everything going on around you is going to influence you, how you feel, what you do. Like if you saw a good movie the day before, you're going to have that somehow in your mind when you're going in. You don't sit down and you already have the mathematics of the song in your head. You know, it's always how you feel and your current memories and thoughts, so that plays a role.
The most random things at random places, you know, walk down the street or.
I mean, you know the show Law and Order.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, that boom boom in between every thing. It's like I actually sampled that and put it into it. Who cares? I'm not going to say what song it is, so try to find it. It's in a song, because for some reason I was sitting every night and watching Law and Order at that time period. I was like, that was my, like, you know, outlet. Every evening I sat down and was watching Law and Order, and I was like, I got in the studio and I had that sound in my head. And I was like, I got to put this into the song. Still try to find it. You won't find it.
If we got your MP3 players out hypothetically and looked at what tracks you'd have on shuffle, what would we find on your iPhone or your MP3 player?
We're just listening to Led Zeppelin.
And Casey Dixie.
Yeah, that's like the bluegrass ACDC version.
Yeah.
Yeah, but personally, I do listen to a lot of you know, new house, like more of a noise electro stuff. But I mostly listen to just straight up rock and roll stuff. Helicopter is just one of my favorite bands. Lucifer and a lot of the Scandinavian rock and roll stuff, and also like MC5 and, you know, a lot of 70s. So yeah, right. So, but I think, but I always did, you know, like I think you just get into a time. You get into a time period where you listen more to one thing than another, and then you suddenly you go more up to this or more up to that side. But I think that defined all of our sounds for what we're doing separately and together. I think that's one of the reasons why we do sound like we do, because we have inspiration from the metal scene, from the rock and roll scene, the rockabilly scene, like hillbilly shit, and
if you go back
to electro.
2003, 2004, we were all really into Timo Maas and Underworld and
I mean, Sebastian, you were in a black metal band, weren't you, for a while? Yeah.
We're actually re-released. It's being re-released. I'm supposed to do a new album on it too.
So
It's gonna be fun.
just to round off the interview, is there any message you'd like to say out to the people of Resistance, or maybe even the people who didn't make it to
Viva la
Resistance?
Resistance!